I'm Ronnie from Ronnie's Garage, and we're holding our monthly tech meet. Today we're going to be working on a Silver Shadow electric door lock, 1972. There's Silver Shadow. I think in 1970 or 71 they put electric door locks in them. They are operated with these rocker switches. The battery's disconnected on this, so I can't show you how it works. They're real bad about sticking. This one, I just push it down and it gets stuck. It's real hard to pull. Sometimes they don't move at all. They have an electric solenoid in there that we're going to take out. I'm going to take it apart and I'm going to show you why they fail and how to fix it. So to take a door panel apart on the front, you just lift this little lever on the armrest, which kicks that out. When it's pushed in, it locks into these little slots. So you have to lift that lever to pull it out. This panel's been apart already, so it's all pretty loose. You got two screws holding this little receiver on. Okay, and behind there are two spacers. I take a lot of cars apart where they're missing. See the spacers? They have them there so that this holds this out at the right position. If it tightens in too far, it's really hard to get this to slide in. And if it's too tight, then it'll slide in and scratch the leather. You don't want to do that because it has these slots here. All right. Next, you got to pull these bezels off. This is the door lock bezel. The easiest way I know to do it is take a little screwdriver, and you can pry these out. There are two little pins that hold them in. There are little plastic ferrules in here. I'll pass this around so you can look at them. Two little screws. And don't lose the screws because they look pretty basic and standard, but they're a very fine thread. I think they're 836, which is very fine. Normal fine thread is 832. And you can get them, you can find them, but not with these pretty cheese heads on them. I can't see. I'll bring out my CNI glasses.
Is that common for them to use that kind of a thread?
That's our great friend Rolls-Royce. So no, it's not a Wentworth or BS. It is a U.S. thread. McMaster car, you can buy these fine thread screws from. You just got to get the right pitch. If you look at this right here, you got the two screw holes, and they've got recesses so that those cheese heads can be flush. And then you've got two plastic ferrules right here that those pins on this push into. A lot of these will fall off all the time, and I see them glued and puttied on there. You can buy these little ferrules. You can get them on flying spares. Even Introcar, I think, has them. You just have to get to the right picture, and it'll show pictures, so it's not a big deal. This window switch on this side is a single. On the driver's side is a master. It has the same kind of setup. Little pins on it. Same cheese head screws. And everybody knows why they call it a cheese head?
Made in Wisconsin.
They stink. That's a good one. I like that. No, because the head of the screw looks like a wheel of cheese. I'm serious. It's special, right? Okay, that one's off. Now, on the door handle, it's a little different. It's got a bezel in there. You got to get a little screwdriver behind it and pry it. And it has the same kind of pins. You need to pay attention when you put it back together, especially. See how this end is just a tad smaller than this end?
Yeah.
Right? I've pulled a lot of cars apart where they're on backwards and they don't sit right. The fat end goes towards the hinge here, this handle hinge. And you'd think that'd be a no-brainer, but I have had mechanics put them together wrong. Two more cheese head screws. Smells. All right, these little screwdrivers are handy with the magnets on the back, just so you know. Okay, to get this one off, the handle stays behind, so you got to kind of pull it, and it pulls out that way. Now, if you are doing this at home, and you pull the screws off and that bezel doesn't want to come off, what has happened is the leather has become stuck to the metal. Which is real common on old car. You got to remember, this is a 60-year-old car or a 50-year-old car. Don't stick a screwdriver in there. Try a credit card would work, or something flat plastic that's rigid. You can work your way around. They make these really neat plastic tools. You can get them at Harbor Freight for door panels and all that kind of stuff. They're blue, red, black, all kinds of colors.
But spray with like a leather conditioner or something?
Well, you can do that. Make sure you test that whatever you're using somewhere that you can't see. But you're still going to have to get it to unstick it. You're going to have to get under there with something so that it can get in there. But I usually just pry them out. You'll pull the die off sometimes. It's just a fact of life on a car that's been together for a long time. The door panel now is ready to come off. This little pocket stays behind and the handle stays behind. It's held on with, you can use your plastic tool for this too, a bunch of little pins. So what we have, look at this is plywood. This is not plastic. It's not molded and mass produced. These are all handmade, all these panels. And it's all high-grade plywood. It's usually marine plywood. But what holds this panel on is these little spring clips, these little buttons. On the Shadow 2s, they've also got a little metal piece down here at the bottom that fits into a slot. And there are screws underneath that you have to undo also. But this is an early Shadow, it doesn't have those. So these things work great. You can see one's missing. It's usually not a big deal. I see a lot of cars where the pins are all missing and they have screws through the carpet. It's real common. The later cars have screws through the carpet, so it's not a big deal. If you use a small enough screw, it disappears in the carpet. You don't even see it. But the problem is when you put them back on. Now, if you notice, there's one that's pretty inconveniently located right here. The rest of these you can get to from outside. This one goes right under here. There's a hole. I see a lot of the later cars, like the Spirits and Spurs especially, where people just force these on. They bang on them without lining these up, and it distorts the plywood, bends the pins. They don't hold right, so putting it together is a little more tricky. Now, let's see if I can get this up here. Notice I put that leather side down instead of the pins on the paint. This is an original liner here. They put this plastic liner on here to keep water from ruining that plywood, obviously. So our door lock solenoid, I forgot one tool, I knew it. This is your window motor. The door lock solenoid is mounted in here. You can see there's a linkage that goes to it. This is the door lock button, and it's, when you get a chance, feel the edge, because it's kind of chewed up. Somebody's taken some pliers and tried to fix it from outside, obviously. It screws into this rod here, so I usually get it up, I get this rod. The nut, the lock nut, is a 9/32 head. And you got to hold this to knock that loose, okay. And then it should just, oh no, that's probably why they use a plier, because, oh, it's seized. So we're going to have to be a butcher down in below here. Yeah, that's why they grabbed it. I need another pair of pliers. I'll be right back. Good. Now, we are true to form, because every time I do something in front of you guys, it's more difficult.
Is that an original gasket on the door?
Yeah, that's the original stuff right there. This actually is a very original car. It's a 72 with, I forget, pretty low mileage on it. Oops. 45,000 miles on it. Real mileage. Everything looks original. I think a lot of it is. I don't know. I didn't look it over real close. And the guy brought it from Las Vegas. I hope he gets to watch this video.